Maybe somebody from here starts a prayer fellowship in Arome. There are 3 people. They become 5 people. They become 8 people. They become 13 people. They become 20 people. The person might be saying we are growing. But that's not what heaven is saying. Your numbers numerically might be increasing. But that doesn't bother heaven. It only bothers you. Heaven is looking for compliance, it's looking for faithfulness, it's looking for consistency in spite of circumstances and situations. In fact, heaven might even allow Satan to test all of you. Your finances will go down. You want to get married suddenly, you don't have money to prosecute it. Aye. And there is no reason for you to continue that prayer. But when it becomes senseless to continue the prayer, you still continue. It means that you are ready to follow God even when it doesn't make sense. At that point, it's not your head you are using to follow God, it's your heart. You are not with me? When you get to that point as a congregation, all the people there, 20 people, there can be 2 people, there can be 5 people. You get to that point where the reason why you are continuing is because your heart is drawn to him, not because it makes sense. All of you have sustained a rank with God. And that rank that you have, that God has allocated to that fellowship, is what will authorize you to have some dimensions of authority to prosecute the counsel of God within that space. Are you following me? You might even continue, and 2 members of the prayer team die. And then you now reason and say, hey, there is death here. And 6 of them will escape. You know. 6 will escape from the place that people die here. Then it will now remain 5. These 5, they know that people died. But they don't know why they are continuing. Those ones receive that corporate fellowship receive a higher rank. That even death could not discourage them. Are you feeling? The ones that took off, hoping to preserve their life according to the scriptures, if you decide to save your life, what will happen to you? Suddenly you become wise. And you want to help God to save yourself. Because God can't help you. God can save you. And do you know something? God will not explain why the 2 people died. Many of us think that God is under obligation to be explaining to you why the sun rose late. He will come to you and say, my daughter, I was busy. I couldn't push it out. Then you see, when you become comfortable operating without explanations, it means you are now understanding that God is a king. He will do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. He's not a prime minister. You didn't vote him into office. It's an eternal excellence. He'll be ruling before your ancestors came. So now that you are willing to follow him, even though it doesn't make sense, you have accepted a king. And the fellowship will now have a higher rank. And what they can do in the territory is consistent with the rank that they have from heaven.